Hi, I've put together a 15-minute screencast to help you understand how an online engineering Mitk Aleph and Bet English courses work. You can stop anytime and read more carefully or repeat. The key to success is to budget your time to work on English a few times a week, keeping up with the assignments and the tasks. Don't wait till the night before. Review the feedback from the lecturer or the computer, and check the lesson sum up in Moodle a week after each lesson closes. If you have a question, email immediately. If you have some other kind of problem or issue, contact your lecturer by email. Each week there is an online lesson. The lesson opens on Wednesday morning, and you have 7 days to complete all the tasks. It closes on the following Wednesday by 8 o'clock. Note, Moed-Bet exams for your other courses are the responsibility only of the student. You will get feedback in the lesson sum up within a week of finishing the lesson. And I want to remind you that the 3 face-to-face lessons on Zoom are part of your attendance for this course. If you do not complete a Moodle quiz or assignment, you get a 0, and these zeros are averaged into your class grade. If you have a wedding or a Brit and you can't do 1 or 2 tasks in 1 month or another month, this will not severely hurt your class grade. But if you decide you're not going to do certain tasks every week, you can be sure that your class grade average will drop below 60, and you must get 60 in the class grade and the final assessments to pass. There are no extensions unless you have miluim, if you are hospitalized, or other exceptional situations. Now, how do you get your grades, and where do you see your grades? You get regular feedback and messages from us during the course. We will correct and comment on questions in Moodle quizzes. Of course, we correct and comment on your uploaded Moodle assignments. And we notify you in the lesson sum up if you did not submit an assignment or complete a Moodle quiz. This tells you your progress. You'll know if you're keeping up with the work or not. However, you are responsible for checking grades and reading all the Luach Hodaot and email messages. You need to check your email every single day. So how do you see your grades? Go up to the top of our course and look for this course. Look for the grades. And there's a table here. You can see the red arrow. Click on grades. This is what you'll see. This is a student's reading task grades. Here you can see his or her scores from 0 to 100. Note, if there's no score for a task, either you did not submit it yet, or the teacher has not graded it yet. So don't panic if you still see a little makaf or a 0. So how do you get feedback in a Moodle quiz? You click on the blue link of the quiz. You click on the blue review link. You review each question and you look for computer-generated feedback or personal feedback from the teacher. This is computer-generated feedback, the red X. This is specific computer-generated feedback, which gives the correct answer and an explanation. However, there is teacher-generated feedback, and it's specific to how the student answers the question. This question could be answered in Hebrew. Here are some sample answers. And here the teacher wrote an answer specific to what the student wrote up here. And of course, the teacher gives marks based on how well they did in answering the open question. Now, what about Word files? If you upload a Word file, I used Review and Track Changes at the top of your Word doc. You should see the mistakes and corrections in 2 different colors. Your score will be typed at the bottom of your document in color. I will send you back the graded document by email. You should open it, save it, and review the comments and corrections so that you improve your writing skills. Sometimes we ask you to upload a PDF though. So PDF corrections look different. You can see here the teacher is giving you the correct answers. This is a wrong answer. And down below, this is a wrong answer. And the teacher wrote in a text box why or what is the correct answer. Pay attention to how the teacher asks you to upload your assignments. Now, teachers are not mind readers, but they can read writing really well. An online course requires detailed correspondence between the teacher and the student. If you have a question, you have to email and ask. Don't stay silent. Don't wait until the end of the course to ask the teacher for help. If you keep reading the lesson sum up at the end of each Moodle lesson, you will know your progress. And if you're having difficulty, that's when you write the teacher and say, I'm having trouble keeping up, or my scores are very low. What can I do? So how do you email the teacher? First of all, you need a subject line that is complete. If you don't put anything in the subject line, I don't read it. The subject line has to have your name, the course letter, A for Mitk Aleph, B for Mitk Bet, and the topic of your email. I mean, what is the email about? For example, Yaakov Levy, A, Writing Smart Home Future. So Yaakov is in the Mitk Aleph class and has a question about the smart home of the future writing task. And he signs his email at the bottom, Yaakov L. Now, why is this so important? Because if I have 120 students, or this semester will be 90 students, I need to know whose email to answer first. And this tells me that this is important. It's about a task. And I'm going to answer him as soon as I can. Now, some people don't know where the subject line is. So I took a picture of my email. Here is the subject line. It says subject. Shiri Rothman, B, MQ, how to deal with vocab not open. So I know she's in Mitk Bet. There's a Moodle quiz called How to Deal with Vocabulary, and it's not open. Now this is really important because everybody needs to do this task in the course. So I'm going to answer her, you'll go in, I'm going to fix it, and I'm going to answer her as soon as possible. This is the subject line. If you don't put everything in there, I'm going to write back with question marks, and it's going to take a lot longer for us to get to the root of the issue. Now here's a couple of sample email subject lines. This one, Galit, it's not so dachuf. She's telling me she has miluim in September. But these two, they're important. I suggest that you stop, you pause, and you read these sample email subject lines to understand what it is I need to see in the subject line. Now we're going to look at how to label a file. You will have to upload Word documents, sometimes a PDF, and sometimes a picture. Your label must be complete. It needs your name, the course letter, and the task name. Here's an example. Vladimir B, writing personal response with support. Vladimir is a Mitk Bet student, and will upload the personal response with support writing assignment. This way, when I download all 30 students' writing tasks, the name of the student will be at the front in alphabetical order. So now you're going to name a file. Go to lesson 1 now. Download, if you're in Aleph, write Smart Homes. It's a Word doc. If you're in B, write Describing Graphs. Click File, Save As, at the top of the Word file. Type your name, A, or B, if you're in Mitk before the task name. Do not delete the task name. Click Save, and send me the file by email now. In the subject line, you're going to type your name, A, write Smart Homes, or if you're in Mitk with me now, your name, B, write Describing Graphs. So I'm going to stop here. You're going to stop and pause this. You're going to go to lesson 1 and you're going to download, name a document, and email it to me. Okay, this is what you should have just done. To my email address, this is what your subject line should be, and it should be the name of the file as well. And in the body of the message, you can just say, "Hi, Rocky, regards," and your name. If you didn't do this or you didn't finish, stop, pause this now, and finish and send me the file. Okay, now that you have sent me the email with a file, attached file, which is labeled correctly, we'll look at your grades. If you're in Mitk with me now, this is the course grade breakdown, the final course score. However, I do want to make it very clear that this could change depending on government and administration conditions. If you're in Mitk Aleph, it is different. You need to look here at the components and the weight. But for both classes, Aleph and Bet, the class grade is made of 3 components. Reading comprehension, strategies, and language is worth 60%. Listening is worth 15%, and writing tasks are worth 25%. This equals 100, and this is 70 or 60% of your grade, your final course score, depending if you're in Aleph or Bet. In order to pass this course, it doesn't matter which level, you need an overall course average of 60 on the final exam or the final assessments, and you need a minimum grade of 60 for the class grade. So let me remind you about this. If you don't do tasks in the class grade, the zeros are averaged in and your class grade average drops. We have 3 Zoom face-to-face lessons. All 3 are counted as attendance. So be sure you write down the time in your calendars. And please email if you have any questions. We can't read your mind. Students always have questions. Be sure the subject line is very clear so that I can answer you in the right priority, with the right priority. Good luck. We hope this semester is smoother and less surprising than last semester. Other than that, stay safe.